good ones. And after lunch, it's pretty hard to be here, but I appreciate all of you. I mean, the room is full, so I love it. And I'll, uh, I'll simply talk about one thing which nobody has told us till date. And it's not just about parachains you can build on Polkadot. Like Mandala is awesome. And Michael brilliantly said, there are roll-up on Polkadot. I'm just trying to drive ourselves into the new nomenclature or the verbiage while the tech is awesome underneath. So all you can do is build more app chains and more roll-ups on Polkadot rather than just thinking, oh, it's just not cut it. It's just a parachain. What can I do on it? So it's not the case. Now, you already know me. I bored you already on the panel. So roll-ups, L2s, L3s, app chains, roll apps, this is what we're hearing everywhere around us in the market. And a lot many chains are making big moves by saying that they now support roll-ups. You can build on them, settle on them. So what does it all mean? It means that we are having more real projects coming out. We are having more probability of having real solutions coming out or to be built. But then at the same time, why not Parachain? Why do we simply hate it? I mean, we shouldn't be hating it. We can do all what we can do on all those chains, and we can simply do that on parachains as well. So my narrative is that why shouldn't we build on parachains when it is equally capable, even more brilliant when it comes to the tech underneath, and can be more promising, at least if not equal. Then this is what I heard a lot out there. And I mean, everybody pretty much is saying that parachains are not easy. This is why we don't do it. It's complex. It requires a lot of learning. It's a very huge stack, and one needs to get along, spend time on it, and all. And when specifically you talk about Parachain, you say like, I have to manage nodes, hundreds of configurations, 50 many files to figure out, and then who's going to do management for me 24/7? Who's going to operate? Who's going to provide me the SLA? Fine, I have launched one. But launching isn't everything. You have to keep running. You have to, handle day-to-day operations. You got to go live. You got to onboard the customers, and once those are onboarded, your responsibility becomes even bigger. Because if your chain goes down, if a transition doesn't go through, you are in trouble. So of course, when they say complex, this is what I understand as far as parachains are. But what we are providing here as Zeev, by creating a product specifically designed to handle all this, to bring you chain infrastructure abstraction, which means it doesn't matter what type of chain you would want, what shape you would want to give your parachain stack. You can simply give it that shape, and all you can focus upon is launching the use cases on top of it. And of course, Mandala is a fantastic example. I should be quoting it again and again. And then here is, Perfuse, which allow you to have one-click templates. Isn't it going to be beautiful if you can simply pick and choose if you want EVM parachain, substrate parachain, and then further down the line, you can pick DeFi, NFT, gaming as templates, and then build upon. I'm not saying this is going to be the end of the choices, but this is where the choices begin. You choose at least 10 things which you can choose right away, and then begin your journey as an app chain or roll up on Polkadot. Then you should have intuitive interface, so we bring it to the table. It's not going to be the command lines, the black screens with green fonts you got to dive into. You can simply click your way and achieve it in like a few minutes. And manage dashboards, so day-to-day operations are not going to be a hassle anymore. You and your users, and of course your operations teams, they can sleep well. And then monitoring analytics adds to it further by helping the operations go much easier, and with plug-and-play integrations, which means if you launch, say, an EVM compatible parachain, you would want account abstraction, we have it. If you want interop, we can bring it in. If you want, say, several many other tools like permissionless bridging and all, it can all be brought in. We have about like 40 plus integration partners who are ready to provide you that. And you do not have to go out shopping, figuring it out. We can, align and integrate right away through the platform. And then of course, when you launch a chain, you get a branded explorer and of course a branded bridge UI. So the hassles of how my assets would be moving here and there, what would happen to the liquidity, even if you are looking at Ethereum and other EVM chains, you can simply get these bridges with your EVM parachains and bridge your tokens wherever you want. So don't hate Ethereum if you're in Polkadot, love it. This is the platform Perfuse I talked about. We will be launching an open source We are part of the Decentralized Future Program. So the open source would hit the ground running next month. And then you would also have enterprise version, which means if you want managed service where the monitoring, the machine behind it is all provided by us, plus 24/7 support, that is all covered. So you also have this. What it does to you magically or to your network or Parachain is that you can go to market fast. I already said 3 days, you're there. Just launch it. Don't wait. And then hassle-free maintenance, I covered it already. You do not have to invest into bringing a team about of operations or 24/7 management and maintenance. We simply do it for you. And this includes upgrades and updates as well, which means runtime upgrades and patches. We would all cover it under this. And then secure and scalable. So we have ensured that we bring in all the enterprise grade security to your app chain, including the compliances, be it SOC 2 Type 2, ISO 27001, or GDPR. So this also brings you enterprise ready. So you would not be scaring away those big enterprise customers from your chain if you take care of this. And then yes, of course, it's not Parachain, I should be calling them rollups. And then this is the interface. Usually people say that, oh, what would you offer in open source? You would simply give us a shitty command line interface and be with it. But no, this is what you'll be getting in the open source version as well. These beautiful interfaces to operate, pretty much covering every aspect of your network, from the general details to blockchain configs, collator nodes, RPC nodes. You can manage them all right here. Plus, you can also manage your core time workflows. Now, this means you can launch and you can maintain it on your own. Core time integrations are available with our partners like RegionX, Lastic, so you can directly replenish your core time, execute your Parachain ID on the Polkadot, Kusama, or Paseo as networks. And some of the glimpses of what resides inside is the choice of templates, different configurations you can pick and choose right away. If you're a Web2 user, don't worry. These configurations will all be under the advanced tab, and you do not have to touch them at all. Simply 3 clicks and launch your network. And then you would have all these details coming out of the network in terms of which one you would want. If you want a testnet environment, if you want a mainnet environment, everything would be available just as is. In the end, it's an open source, of course, so get involved. Don't hesitate. Plus, if you want to launch right away. Don't hesitate either. So thank you.